I was tired of feeling like crap all the time, and I kept seeing the ads on Facebook. Why not give it a try? Because my PCP, they're just held to a certain, and they can't delve into, and a friend that's been kind of doing stuff on her own with substance stuff, so it's like, I need to do something.
Yeah.
That's why I did it. I'm glad, because I feel so much better since I started the journey.
Can you dive more into what some of those challenges were you're facing?
Well, based on my age, I'm 65. I've already gone through menopause, and I have some autoimmune diseases. I have Hashimoto's and I'm hypo. I have fibromyalgia. I suffer from severe migraines. I have food allergies. I'm gluten and lactose intolerant. I have medications I'm allergic to. So it's just been hard to navigate through the first set of blood work. They put me on hormone replacement therapy, and that's been the best thing. I've been telling all my friends, it's like, I just saw a friend the other day, and because she's been feeling like crap and she's gone through menopause, I says, Paula, it's the best thing to do. She's going to see her PCP and talk to him about it, but if not, I told her about this place.
That's awesome.
And it's been great.
Yeah.
And some of the supplements I'm taking have helped. The tirzepatide shot, because two of my antibodies of my Hashimoto's is extremely high, and then there's another one, and I think it's called ANA, is very high. So it's showing this inflammation in my gut. That's helping, and I feel like I'm starting to eat better too, because I've got to eat more protein. So not so much, and I'm not really eating the junk food that's gluten-free or lactose-free. You don't crave it.
That's awesome.
No, so it's like I have to remember to eat. Still love my coffee.
That's fine. We can have that.
And I've been doing more fruit smoothies, so it's another way to get fruit. And I found some protein drinks that I can have that have protein and fiber in them also.
Oh, awesome.
So I just add blueberries, strawberries, or cherries, bananas to it, and I've got a fruit smoothie.
That's awesome.
That tastes good.
So what about your first interaction with us post that ad, that discovery call? Do you remember much about it?
I felt like they listened to me.
Yeah.
With how I was feeling, and I've been able to ask questions. I've sent messages through the portal that they've answered me back on things, because I have another friend, she's been doing some type of other like protein powder stuff, and I've questioned it before I take, because I have so many allergies, and until they know what's really in it, they couldn't recommend it, and I was fine with that.
Yeah.
I want something that they know and trust, because there's so much out there. It keeps popping up in my Facebook and everything. Oh, here's this for a supplement, or like creatine or berberine or whatever. It's like, it just helps me to navigate.
Yeah.
So this has been a nice journey, and I'm hoping to continue.
Funny enough, we actually have a webinar happening today on creatine for women.
Really?
And like muscle and menopause and the brain.
Because that's kind of the next supplement I was going to ask them about that I'm interested.
And if you it's up 4:45. If you can't join, we record it.
Yeah, because I've been able to hit or miss catch some of the webinars. So and they've
always
been
recorded.
Yeah, they're really interesting.
That's
so
awesome.
And I've been telling other people, I says they're free, and at least you could start learning about it and then figure out what you want to do.
Yeah, that's our only goal, right?
Yeah.
So what about that first visit with our team where you got your labs drawn and...
Oh, they were great.
Okay, awesome. And that InBody scan, have you done one before?
I hadn't until I did it here, and that was interesting.
Very cool, huh?
Yeah, I like that. It just gives a nice, easy way to see what's going on in the body.
Yeah.
I didn't know I was so hydrated. I felt like I drank a lot of water. It's crazy how it shows.
So what about that first visit with your provider? How was that?
It was good. He listened.
Yeah. Do you mind if I ask who you see?
I don't know if I pronounced his last name right, Dr. Renaud. Yeah.
Colin's awesome. He's usually on a lot of the webinars. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I like listening to them.
Yeah.
And they like sound off each other, which is nice.
Which is great, yeah.
Yeah.
And what about your plan now? You said that you're eating differently, you're kind of doing different things.
I want to continue it. I don't want to fall back on old habits. I want to keep monitoring my progress.
Yeah.
Because they're monitoring my hormones, because they started me on a low dose, and with the second set of blood work I had done, they doubled it.
Yeah.
And it's been much better, I think. So because I was very low on the spectrum with that.
Yeah.
My vitamin D, because you live in New England, you don't really get a lot of sun.
Yeah.
So I originally misread the instructions I thought it said take one, it was to take 2 pills. So got that corrected. So I'm curious to see how it's doing now.
That's awesome.
But I have been out in the sun.
You do have a nice glow. I cannot say the same.
I do tan but I'm also careful for skin cancer and stuff, so many people. So I try not to burn. Although I was on a boat with my oldest son and for the boat races and down my way, and I brought suntan lotion, but I didn't put it on.
I do that sometimes. So what about functional medicine? How do you describe functional medicine to somebody who doesn't really know?
It's not as difficult as I thought it was going to be. It's like supplements. You see supplements in the store, but they're a better grade, I think, of supplements is what I feel. Because they had me take selenium, zinc, the vitamin D3 and K, what was the other one? Oh, and with the hormone, the estrogen cream, I also take progesterone. And it's been great.
That's awesome. And what about somebody who's on the fence doing functional medicine? What would you say to them?
I would recommend it. Just give it a try.
Yeah.
Just give it a try and you'd be surprised. Because to me, the medical professions, the doctors that have the big pharmaceutical companies, their hands are tied. And I also wanted to take charge of my health, because back in my mind, I'm coming up to the age I'm getting ready to turn 66, and my mother died from a massive heart attack at 66. And that's always been there.
Yeah.
So I want to be in better health. They didn't know she went in for back surgery and didn't know that her arteries were like 96 to 97% closed, or her doctor never would have done her surgery. Because for the most part, it looked like my mother ate healthy, but what you eat as a child and into your 20s affects you later in life, I believe.
For sure.
So I want to do better.
That's all my questions. Do you have anything? No,
don't sit on the fence. Just jump on it.
I love that. Well,
yeah, and I've already talked to my PC. I've told her what I'm doing to show her my paperwork. I wrote her a message, and she actually responded back to me, because I haven't had a chance to get in to see her for quite a while. They've had cancels, but I haven't been able to get in on the days because I don't see where I work. I didn't see the messages, and she told me if I couldn't get that information uploaded, she said just bring it in and drop it off at the office. So she's willing to review it.
Yeah.
So to me, that was positive too. Sounds like my PC is willing to work with me. As I told her, I'm taking charge of my health.
And I'm sure she loves that. You know, a lot of the times it's just there are a lot of insurance constraints, pharmaceutical constraints.
There's
the amount of patients that they have to see. It really does.
I couldn't get them to do the full thyroid panel that they did here for me.
Yeah. It really does tie their hands, which is really unfortunate because, it's not their fault.
No, and then I was reading back in my charts and realized she wanted me to take calcium pills because I had the bone density scan done. So now I've started taking those because I was trying to watch what I was eating to see how much calcium was in it to get that.
Sometimes you just need like a few different vitamins to direct the calcium to your bone, you know, which is really interesting. I didn't know that too.
I didn't either. It's like, because I
took a little full script, sent it to my mom. So she's doing that.
Good. That's good. Yeah, but I'm waiting to see what a friend does to see how she makes out, and if not, I'm going to give her the information to come here, because I've got 2 other friends that are watching what I'm going through.